there. We're almost there, right?
Almost
The
there.
next topic, here right now is dangers of AI and its implications for the future. I'm gonna go ahead. I want to start this off. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
go for
start
it, man.
this off right
I
now.
know you've been gearing to go, so let's begin.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna start this one off, right? Um, I saw a Joe Rogan clip with
Yeah,
two experts on AI,
yeah.
and they were really scaring me about AI and how it can be misused for the future.
Mhm, mhm.
And I like realness, even if it scares, because I know how to kind of lead and maneuver my family. And the first thing
Correct.
I said was, "Man, they can take my voice, call someone. I could call them and say, 'Hey, I'm in danger. I'm in distress.' And it's an AI saying, 'Hey, I'm in danger. I'm in distress.' And they need $20,000. And it's not me, but it sounds so real, and it can freak out your family. It can freak out everyone around you because it sounds like you.
Mm,
Someone can purport something that I didn't say, and it sounds like me. Someone could do a deep fake video of things that I did not say, but it sounds and looks like me. And it just kind of scared me in terms of who gets their hand on this technology and how much AI is accumulating information over the years. Because let's be real, we have to feed AI as well. The
correct.
more we feed the database, the more information it has to make more intelligent decisions. And so there has to be a database of some sort where there's more AI that's being put on, piled on, and more information is going into this database. What's going to happen when it becomes too smart? What's going to happen when it challenges humans and say, are humans even worth them working, or AI can do all the work? That's a new reality that we have to think about. Because I remember I think it was a governor candidate for New York, I believe, or he was a presidential candidate. I'm not sure, but it was Andrew Yang, and he was the first
Mm,
one I heard talking about universal basic income, or UBI,
UBI. Yep.
because of technology and the advent of
Mhm,
AI and how it's going to
mhm.
replace us in terms of the jobs that we have.
Yep.
Not all the jobs, but at some point, there's going to be a widespread of people who are available to work, but there's not work for them because technology could do it better and more efficiently. And so
Correct.
UBI came about and say maybe we give everyone $1,000, every family $1,000 as a basic income for each month. And it's scary. It's really scary. And I think the other thing is, I'm not a father yet, but inshallah, when I become a father, this made me not want to post anything about my white wife or my kids or anything like that, because I don't
Mm,
want them to be anywhere misused for AI or for any type of negative activity out there that I can't control. Because once
correct.
you give it over to Facebook and Instagram and social media and all these other platforms, it's theirs to use for the
Yep.
manipulation.
Yep.
Even when you consent to certain things, they can sell off your data to third
Which
party,
which they
companies,
do. Which they do, by the way.
right? Which they do, right?
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of money for that. And
Yeah.
so I don't have control of these things once I consent. And so therefore anything can be used from them. So my question is to you, are you just as worried as I am, or are you okay with where technology is going, even though if you can't control it or not? What's your thoughts on that?
You know what's funny? Before I answer your question, there's a saying, right? There's a saying.
Mhm.
If you don't know what the product is, chances are you are the product. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, that's
So
an AB quota. That's somebody who,
no, 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 no.
you read
That's not. I read it. It's not my quote.
okay,
None of
okay.
these. I'm just good at
That's
memorizing
official
quotes.
though. That's
You know what
official
I'm saying?
quote though.
No, but it
Mhm,
is. So what does that
mhm.
mean? All of these social media platforms, they're free to join. They're free to make a profile. They're free. The minute you make a profile, and obviously everyone never reads the conditions and terms. What do you call
Maybe
it?
lawyers,
Yeah,
but that's
lawyers,
it.
but
Yeah.
not but no one reads the condition and terms screen. They just like scroll through it. And nowadays, before you'd have to scroll through it, then press click. But now you can just press click. You have to even scroll anymore. You just press now. But the point I'm trying to make to you
Mhm.
is that these what do you call it? Platforms. So Facebook's, Instagram. Well, Facebook owns Instagram, but Twitter, all these things. When you make a profile, you're basically making an online avatar. You make an online avatar, you are creating a page where everything you like. So whatever you like, whatever you do, whoever you follow, whoever you see, that is your timeline. That is your feed. Your
Mm-hmm.
feed is shipped to an algorithm. Okay, this
Mm-hmm.
algorithm looks at your friends, looks at your profile, looks at how you color it,
Who you
how you
follow?
change it, who you
Yep.
follow, who you change,
Mm-hmm.
who you engage with. All of these things are data points, and they're basically building an online avatar of you in their
Mm-hmm.
database. Now, that's all free. Okay, so once again, what if you don't know what the product is, because you don't buy things on there, you are the product, what your likes, so they sell you. If I follow a lot of basketball pages, chances are they're selling me basketball products. So they take this data and they say, hey, Abdullahi likes basketball, so who can I sell this data to? Okay, we'll sell it to Wilson basketballs. We'll sell it
Mm-hmm.
to Spalding basketballs. We'll sell it to Air Jordan. We'll sell it to. So these guys, these companies, Spalding, Wilson, Air Jordan, blah 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 blah, all these companies that relate to basketball will now start pumping commercials into my algorithm, and my algorithm puts it into my feed like as if I can't see. And over time, my brain just like assumes it's just me and I'm growing my feed, and I love this and
Mm-hmm.
but I'm actually an experiment. This is a social
Mm-hmm.
experiment. This
Mm-hmm.
you're basically a social experiment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Absolutely.
people don't understand that because people think everything in life comes at a cost. There's no such thing as a free lunch. You know what I'm saying? So you are right. Your data is always being sold at all times. Your data is being sold to credit card companies. Your data is being sold to e-com companies. And then there are certain companies that literally their whole business model is to buy data from these social media platforms. Which, by the way, what's his face? Zuckerberg was in jail. Not in jail. Sorry,
Yeah.
was in
Well,
trial for. Was in
powerful.
trial for. And
Or
and
hearing. I don't know if it's a
sorry,
trial,
sorry,
but a hearing at
hearing
least.
for.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and 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 he said yes. She goes third party application. Third party we call it vendors, do purchase these data things. So you need to limit how much you put on the internet. You need to limit how much. And now answering your question in regards to AI, AI is scary because it has expedited so much of that fear, you know? And
Mm.
it's not like, because bro, think about it, right? Our phones has our pictures. Our phones have our thumbprints. Our IDs now are on our phones. So there's so much data on our phones that we share with these applications, and then like the iPhone tracking and this and that. So is your fear warranted? 100%. Now, but the question is, can you mitigate the problems with these things? Yes, you can, but we're moving at such a fast rate where people are doing everything based on convenience now,
Yep.
and that's the hard part.
That's the
And
hard part. Yep.
that's the hard part, bro. Because you not putting your picture online, cool. You see a bigger picture, but then like your kid 10 years from now would be like, "Oh, my dad's so old school. He doesn't want me to like. If I had my picture, I can pay for my food at school. You know what I'm saying? I can just do now retinal eye
Mm-hmm.
scans and pay for food now. But he doesn't understand that the school having your eye retinal eye is an invasion to your privacy. Do you get like so there's so much, bro. And the faster we move every year by year, because by the way, all this stuff exploded after COVID. By the way, once we started doing
Absolutely.
once COVID has invaded everyone's privacy. Yeah, we were 6 meters apart, blah blah, all the things. But COVID has exposed and it has exploited everybody's privacy.
Mm-hmm.
When we make these applications for the CR code, the QR code, when we are talking to doing things, the Zoom calls on business calls and schools and all these things. So now we've seen technology now is more in our lives than it's ever been. More, you know what I'm saying? So now
Right. Yeah.
people can pay everything on their phone if they want, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, AB, it's something that we are going to have to use because we're locked into the ecosystem, right?
Correct.
Unless you're living off grid in a cabin and you're able to live like that. But if you're in the system, you're going to work within that ecosystem. But like you said, there's ways to mitigate that as much as you can. But at the same time, it is, like I said, it is scary. I think it's outrunning us. And I do think that the system is rigged in some ways where they're going to absolutely force you to and lay down to it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's up to you in terms of what you want to give the internet. I can choose what I want to give the internet or not, right? And regardless of what people think of me, I will be that old fogey who doesn't, give anything, right? Or I'll lay down and say, well, I need to do it because if I don't have a digital footprint, then I don't exist in the 21st century.
Yeah.
So that's something that I always dealt with myself. I what I do in school. I do social media and other things like that. And I was the same person who did social media for the school, but didn't have a social media profile. I just made one because I know that it's important to have a digital footprint, obviously from my job. And if I want to, move around in my career and things like that, you got to have a face. You got to have information that all connects the whole
Mm-hmm.
persona that you're giving to the public. So
Mm-hmm.
it's interesting. It's something to monitor, but I think we also have to limit the risk as much as possible, at least from a personal perspective. So,
100%.
yeah, we're gonna move forward. We got 5 minutes. We're doing really